One of the major steps to preparing for ATI testing is setting up your printer and scanner, and then using the printer to print out the answer sheets and using the scanner to scan the answer sheets when the tests are completed. This video is going to talk about the different components and steps you need to go through in getting your printer and scanner put together. First, let's talk about the printer that you're going to use to print out your answer sheets. Originally, when ATI was reinstituted 3 years ago, all schools were supposed to have a computer, a laser printer, and a scanner dedicated to ATI. Now, in the shifting of schools, moving, closures, staff changes, some of that may have changed. But you do need to identify a laser printer that you're going to use for your printing. Most usually, elementary schools will use their office printer. You should select a laser printer that is a heavy-duty printer like a LaserJet 4050DN that can handle printing large amounts of copies. Next, let's take a look at the scanner. The scanner, as portrayed here, is a Brother 8080DN scanner. It is also a printer. It's one of these units that can print and scan. This is the model of scanner recommended by ATI for scanning their answer sheets. You need to locate this scanner, and you need to have it nearby the computer that's going to have the Scanline software on it that enables you to scan sheets. Now, I run into many schools that are using the Brother to print their answer sheets. Can that be done? Yeah, sure it can. But what you need to know is that the toner cost for the Brother is almost double what you're going to pay for toner for the HP printer. In 2014-15 school year, unlike previous years, there are no funds allocated to replacing toner cartridges. If you choose to use the Brother, you're going to end up paying more money out of your site budget for your printing. So I really advise, on a budgetary standpoint, that you not use the Brother to print out your answer sheets and your grading sheets. Please use the unit as a scanner. That's what it's intended for. Okay, a quick word on the Scanline software. This is the software that enables your scan sheets to go from the scanner into your computer. This is a very small piece of software. This is what the icon looks like. Take a look at the computer that you are using. If you do not see this icon on here, then you need to put in a track it work order to have a tech services technician come out and install the software. It will literally take seconds for him or her to do that install. Now you might ask, well, why can't I download that? And why can't Frank come out and install that? Well, in order to do that, we have to have the administrative passcode to install software, which neither you nor I have. So if you don't see this icon, then you're going to go ahead and put in a track it, and we'll get a tech out there to do the install for you. All right, now, at this point in the game, you have your printer selected, and you know where your scanner is, and the scanner is located very close to the computer that you're going to use to scan your scan sheets. That computer has the Scanline software installed on it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is test your print setup. Now this is a central function of working with ATI, because if you put a bunch of scan sheets through, and they'll go through, but if they don't scan correctly, you've just created a mountain of work for yourself. So you have to test this setup on an ongoing basis while you're working with the system. Now you can see here that I've logged into ATI. There's my cursor. And I am going to go to Assessment, Print Test Materials. That's the screen I am on right now. Now I'm going to go to Print My Bubble Sheets. Now here's the text that you're going to follow. You have to test that printer. You need to make sure that what comes out of that printer will scan on your scanner. The first thing you're going to do is print a test sheet. And to do that, right here it says click here. You're going to open up. Here's the printer test sheet. And you can see it just has everything filled out on the sheet. You're going to print this out from the printer you're going to use to print all of your other sheets, because that's the device we want to verify. So I'm going to get out of that, and I have now printed out my sample sheet. And I'm going to come to my desktop, and I'm going to start up Scanline Plain Paper 3. That's going to take a second to load. While it loads, make sure you are logged into ATI. Anytime Scanline is running, you have to be running ATI. You don't have to do anything with ATI. It just has to be open. Okay, I can tell that Scanline has loaded up. And here is what it looks like. And I'm going to fill in my credentials. Same TUSD stats that I regularly use, and I'm going to click Login. And of course, if I do it correctly, which I did not, it will work. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, now remember, ATI is just running in the background. All right, here's the Scanline Plain Paper window. Now, before you run that test sheet through, I want you to check on Setup. And I want you to come down here to where it says Select Scanner and Driver. Okay, now you are going to see an entry that says Brother 8080DN. It might also say Twain Driver, like Mark Twain. You're going to select the Brother 8080. Okay? So we're going to select our scanner, and then we're going to come back here to scan bubble sheets. Now I'm going to put that bubble sheet in the tray on the top of the scanner, and I'm going to click Start Scanning. If we have a connection between our scanner and our computer, then that scanner is going to come on, and it's going to suck that test sheet into it, and it's going to scan it. Somewhere right in here, you're going to see a message box that says test scan successful. If you see something that says test scan successful, then you know you can proceed to print out your answer sheets and scan them. Okay? What that test is telling you is that what came out of the printer works on the scanner. Now, what if you see that the test scan failed? The first thing you're going to want to do is have your TS technician check and make sure that the printer has the correct drivers installed. Some of the printers don't have the correct drivers, and that creates a bad match. So that's the first thing that you're going to check. Once you have the correct drivers in place, then you're ready to go. Okay, from here, we can now go back and start printing our answer sheets for Part A that the students fill out, or the grading sheets for Part B that the teachers fill out. Okay? Don't print out any of these until you've done this test sequence and you get this return from Scanline saying that your test scan has been successful. Then you know that the printer is putting out forms that will work with the scanner. So let's summarize what we have learned in this video. In this video, you have identified the hardware that you need in order to print answer sheets and grading sheets and to scan the completed sheets. You know that you need to have a laser printer, and that laser printer has to have the correct drivers on it. You know that you need to have your Brother 8080DN scanner, and you know that on your computer you need to have Scanline 3000 installed. We've reviewed the process for setting these hardware items up and how to test what comes out of that printer and to see whether or not it successfully works in your scanner. So, you're now ready to print all of your answer sheets and your grading sheets. The next video is going to cover scanning everything after it comes back into you. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you need any help at all, please sure to contact Frank at his usual work email address. Thanks a lot.